Welcome to the third episode of Ukulele Jam Kit for this month. If you haven't already, please check out the other two episodes, which are linked in the description below. It's especially important that you watch the first episode, which covers the chord changes that we're using this month. What we're going to cover today, though, is the strumming pattern. And we're actually going to learn two strumming patterns here today. We're going to start with the most basic strum pattern on the ukulele, or at least the most common. And we call this a Calypso or island pattern. It's got a few different names. But let's go ahead and learn how to play this strum pattern, just using our C chord from the first episode to start. Now, the pattern looks something like this, and you'll notice that I use these arrows, and I think it's really critical to use this sort of method to be able to properly internalize how the rhythm should go. Because this pattern is also known as the down, down, up, down, up pattern. And when I was learning the ukulele many years ago, I would think, okay, down, down, up, no problem. Might sound like this. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. You see how bad that sounds, right? It doesn't sound anything like a rhythm that I want to be playing. And the reason is because it didn't properly tell me when I should miss the strings. And I think that's what's so important that people don't realize. So with this method here, with these arrows, you'll notice that some of the arrows are whited out with dotted lines, and that's telling you to not strike the strings. So the solid black arrows mean to strike, and then the dotted white arrows mean to miss. This is actually from my ukulele strumming course called the Ultimate Ukulele Strumming Course, which is available on Ukulele Underground. There's a link in the description below, as well as a big coupon code for everybody that's watching this series. So if you want a leg up on your strumming and want to work on lots of patterns in this style, then check that out. But let's go ahead and work on just our first pattern, the Calypso pattern. And so what we're going to do with this C chord is we're going to try going with a down strum and then miss coming up. So we're going to bring the hand up, but we're not going to strike the strings. And then we're going to go down, up, and then this is the tough one. We're going to miss going down and then come back up, then down, up. So if I were to say these motions and play it in time, I'm going to play it twice in time with this. I'm going to say the motions. Feel free to try following along. Try saying the motions if it's difficult to play, because that tied to what we say can help so much. So it should sound something like this. Down, miss, down, up, miss, up, down, up again. Down, miss, down, up, miss, up, down, up. So that's your everyday down, down, up, or Calypso pattern. And if you get comfortable missing the strings, it's going to make your rhythm sound much, much cleaner. So if you watch me do it full speed, see how my hand is constantly moving, right? It's not going like this, which you hear creates that choppiness, right? It's keeping everything moving. And that's because I'm missing the strings sometimes. But let's go ahead and jump to the rhythm that we're really wanting to focus on here today, which is a really fun one that I call the Indy pattern. And it's actually from my not so basic modular of that course that I mentioned earlier. And this one is exactly the same, only a little bit different, because what happens is we take our normal pattern, which looks like this, and we turn it into the Indy pattern, which looks like this. Now at this point, the reason why this is a challenging pattern is it now has consecutive misses in a row, which is really difficult to do at first. You'll notice that we'll still start with the same down miss, and then we're going to do another down miss, followed by a miss up, and then another down up to finish it all. That miss on the up strum and the miss followed on the down strum is really, really difficult to do. But it creates a really sweet sound when it's done fast. So here it is really slow, saying each motion. So it should be something like this, just with a C chord to start. Down, miss, miss, up, down, up. Again, down, miss, miss, up, down, up. So just so that you can hear it, I'm going to play it slow, and then I'm going to gradually increase the speed so that you can really get a feel for this rhythm. And I'm just using the C chord to start here. So I'm just gradually speeding up here. Notice how the hand is still moving consistently. I'm doing about this fast, you can hear it's a really cool pattern, right? Really, really cool sound. difficulty, though, is making sure that you get that miss, the 2 misses in a row, the miss both on the up and the down strum in those 2 consecutive beats. But let's go ahead and try it now, nice and slow, with our chord progression, going from C to A minor to F to G7. And again, if you haven't checked out the first episode of this month, that's what's going to talk about those chords. So be sure and check it out. It's linked in the description below. So let's go ahead and give it a go, nice and slow. 2 and 3 and 4 and. With the motion set, down, miss, miss, up, down, miss, miss, up, down, miss, miss, up, down, miss, up, down. Sometimes saying the motions can really help, especially with a difficult pattern like this. Those double misses, again, are quite tricky, but once you get it comfortable, it's such a cool pattern. So I'm going to play it pretty quick here so that you can hear it with the chords. Feel free to play along if you're feeling up for it, but otherwise just listen so that you can hear what this pattern is sounding like now that we're taking these chords from 2 weeks ago and playing it with this new pattern. Should sound something like this. Pretty neat, right? So that is the Indy pattern. Again, it's all available on that course that I made with Ukulele Underground. You can check that out below with a coupon code, and that covers a lot of other patterns, but stay here for lots more of these. Each month we're going to be making a full jam kit, and next week we've got the 4th part where we're going to learn a riff and how we can put it all together. So if you're enjoying this series, please click that subscribe button and feel free and check out my Patreon page as well, where you can find a download of all the PDFs that we use here on this course on the Ukulele Jam Kit. And I'll look forward to seeing you guys next week for the 4th and final episode of this month that covers the riff and putting it all together in a jam. Take it easy.